This is Hillbillies in the Bush, and today I'd like to show you something that I come up with to hold your condiments in, you know, your salt, pepper, and whatever you would like to take in the bush there. You can buy these little stackable things. They sell them on eBay or Amazon, wherever. They can cost anywhere from $9 on up, depending on what you get. But what I found out was if you go to one of the box stores, Walmart, whatever, they have these little things like this. And what these are a screw lid, and they're I think they have them in the makeup section, and they have different colors. And what you can do is, like for instance, they've got green, yellow, clear, and blue, and then I think there's a pink, but I only want 4. But what I was playing around with these, because on some of them like these, I've got peanut butter in them, and I pack them in my trap kit. I'll pack one of them full of peanut butter and keep it in my with my snares and stuff like that, because peanut butter is a real good thing for bait. But I got to stacking these up, and I realized that if you stack these on top of each other, you can actually still unscrew them all. You can put whatever you want in them, and you can unscrew the lids off of them. So I went ahead and made me up one. I don't have it with me right now, but I'll just show you how to make them up real quick. You're going to need you some glue and some super glue and some coarse sandpaper. And all I do is, all you have to do is get you some super glue and some sandpaper, and what you want to do is you want to scuff up, and as you can see these are real shiny, but you're going to want to scuff this ring up on the bottom right here with some sandpaper, and all you do is just scuff it up with some coarse sandpaper. And what that's going to do is that's going to allow your glue to stick a little better, and or give it something to bite onto, I guess. But basically you just want to scuff it up. The other thing I did was take a piece of cardstock and make it to where it'll slide down over top of these things. That way when you glue them, you can slide them down over the top, and it'll keep them all nice and straight. But you got the bottom of that one done. You need the top of this one for whatever color sequence you want to have. And all you have to do is stick these together and figure out, well, about where them are going to be, and just rough it up. You probably may not have to rough it up, because you could probably get by with just gluing it. But I roughed them up because I figured it would help that glue bite a little easier. And on the other one that I've got, it really worked out well. It's really strong. You can really tighten these things down. I've had salt and pepper in them, and really fine ground pepper, and it is not caked up or gotten moisture, so these things must be somewhat waterproof if you screw them on tight enough. But there you can see what they look like. They're real shiny, and if you doll it up like that right there with some sandpaper. So that one stacks on top of that one, that one stacks on top of that one, and I'll go ahead and get the rest of these prepped and then show you what to do next. Okay, I'm back. I got all these prepped up. As you can see, I've got the top's done, the bottom's done, and the way they're stacked up. That one goes there, that one goes there, that one goes there, and this one goes here. The other thing you're going to need is something to poke these out of the tube with when you're done. Like I say, just sandpaper and a little bit of glue and something to poke them back out of your tube with. So what you need to do is, what I find is easier is to apply it to the bottom of the piece. So in other words, just put your glue. Of course, I don't need to show you guys how to apply glue, but this here is that gel super glue. Basically, you just run your little bead around through there. Let's see here. And then you want to set this down on top of this one, and then slide your tube down over top. And if you want, you can stick a spoon or something down in there to kind of push down on it just a little bit. give it a little chance to set up. If I'd have thought ahead of time, I might have been able to cut a little window right here so you guys could see what's going on, but I figure you can probably figure that out. Once you give that a few minutes to set up, you should be able to shove them out, and they should. Put a little pressure on that, wait a little bit, and that glue should set up within 15-20 seconds. You know how super glue is. But then all you got to do is just kind of pick this up. And that keeps it nice in line. Then go to the next one, and basically repeat the process. Putting the glue on. And I don't get stingy with the glue. I apply it pretty liberal because you know, I like tightening these lids down pretty tight. So the way I look at it, if I've got enough glue on there, they're not going to come undone. And then basically you set this one on top of that one. Try to get it centered best you can. And then of course slide them all back down again. And then you can push down on that one for a little bit. I'll go ahead and get all these glued together, and then after they're glued together and I make sure they're good and dry, I'll show you what I got going on. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. As you can see, I've got these all glued together. They look pretty straight because of that tube we got there. Some of the things you can put in this would be salt, pepper, sage, ginger, cinnamon, barbecue sauce, dry rub barbecue. There's just all kinds of stuff you could put in these. What I've got in this, in the top one, I got some ground chaga, and then all you have to do is just unscrew the lid. Unscrew the lid, and the next one down I got salt. The next one down I've got, this is actually habanero pepper, ground up, and so a little dab of this goes a long way. You could put black pepper in there, I guess, but you know, you'd have to keep filling it up. But just a little tiny pinch of this red habanero pepper that a buddy of mine had given me some really nice hot habanero peppers, and I think there's a couple ghost chilies thrown in there as well, but a little bit of this will go a long way for spice. And like I say, you just put it down on there and screw it back together. There we go. And then in the bottom one I have sage, because sage goes well with a lot of stuff, fish and different things like that. I really like ground sage. It's a strong powder, or this here is a powder, but it's really a strong seasoning, so you know, a little bit will go a long ways again. But there you go. These little things can be bought at Wally World for, I think they come in a pack of 2. Now if you just want it all white so that you could see what you got going in there, that'd be great too. You know, I pretty much know what's in these because I kept green for sage, and the blue is the red hot powder, and of course salt and your chaga. I got the ground chaga in here for a tea for me and the boys. What little bits in here will make enough for us to have a small cup of chaga in the woods if we need it, or want it, I guess you could say. They really like it. But like I said, you can buy these in a 2-pack for 97 cents, I think it is. So for like $2, and a little bit of glue and a little sandpaper and paper tube, you know, just a piece of paper that you can put together with tape. You can have your really nice, now it don't have no shaker, so you'll have to either, you know, dump it out a little bit or pinch it out a little bit. But this is a nice handy little condiment thing for your budget bushcraft bag and or backpack, whatever you got there. And it's a cool way to keep all your condiments together. And you could add more of these. I mean, if you wanted to stack this on up, I mean, you could stack it up 3 or 4 more and have all kinds of cool stuff. These don't really weigh too much, but they really are super strong plastic, and it works great. Like I say, you know, you just scratch the surface up, put a little bit of glue on them, stick them together, and you're good to go. And I like I say, I've already made one of these for a bag, and I just happened to be fooling around with these one day and stacked them on top of each other and thought, well, wow, instead of having a whole bunch of these loose in my pack somewhere, why don't I just stack them together? and the lids still work. You know, I mean, you can still unscrew stuff, screw them back on, and like I say, they're pretty much watertight because I've had black pepper in the one. It's been out in damp conditions, and it hasn't caked yet or hardened. You know how moisture gets in real fine ground pepper or something, or even salt, it'll cake up on you. None of these have caked up, so they stay pretty moisture proof. And hope you enjoyed this video. Try it out. You know, it's a real cool way. I mean, you can buy these things online. You know, they'll be a little fancier, but these are actually bigger. A buddy of mine's got one. Of course, they got a little shaker top on them, which kind of gave me the idea. I stacked these up before, but after seeing his, he said you ought to make a video on it because it is kind of cool. These are a little bit bigger than the ones he's got. Now I don't know if there's some out there that's even bigger. I haven't even looked for them. But these are real thick plastic, real hard. You're not going to probably break these unless you know, really, if you fall off a mountain or something, you're not going to be worried about breaking these things. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. You throw me a comment if you want. Like I say, you can put just about anything in these you want for seasoning or anything like that. Till next time, we'll see y'all later.